大家好. First of all, it's really great to see and feel all of you supporting us as your next generation fighting for our rights in the education process. So I think that's a great segue into what we're trying to do with Tsinghua Youth Connect here. I am Megan.
My name is Raymond, and I would like to thank the Silicon Valley Alumni Association for hosting us and carrying us.
So we really want to take you today through our founding story, what we're building today, and what we're looking to create in the future throughout today's presentation. Just a little bit of background. We started off as a project from the North American Federation of Tsinghua Alumni, NAFTA, which I'm sure you all know. And here we have our amazing board members of TaiCon, Brian, Gavin, Felix, of which were also board members of NAFTA. And without their support and work, we wouldn't be here today doing all the programs and activations that we are. So yeah, just a lot of gratitude and support from there. Our first activation as Tsinghua Youth Connect, or TaiCon, was at the DC Alumni Association Alumni Convention in 2023, and I think there was a lot of support and a lot of interest that led us to do the same thing again in Los Angeles 2025. And for me, that's actually when I first came on to and learned about Tsinghua Youth Connect. I helped plan all of the events, and I think it was really impactful for me personally because I grew up in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, with my parents, far away from the rest of my family in China. And then I moved across the country to California, so I didn't have, many family members around me to take care of me and all of that. So after being able to find Tsinghua Youth Connect, it felt like I finally had a home away from home and a lot of things that I was missing. The academic prestige, just the ambition and growth in all across different industries just finally surrounding me again and making me feel like I had a community. So I know Raymond also had a lot of great experiences from that convention.
So personally, I also first found out about Tsinghua Youth Connect through the LA convention in 2025. Through this, I helped with taking photos, and I was able to meet a lot of very ambitious and talented young individuals who are also children of Tsinghua alumni. And through this, just 2 days at the conference, I've never met any of these people before, but I was able to click with them very, very well because we shared a sort of very similar upbringing. I feel like that is very important. And through that, we were able to create a very deep bond in just a very short amount of time.
And with all of that momentum, there seemed to be a really high demand for programming that allowed our Tsinghua youth to stay connected even though we live across the country in many different locations. So yeah, we'll be taking you through all of the programs that we've done in the years since this convention with the efforts to maintain connectivity. Yeah. So before we get into that, we'd love to introduce our team to you. I'm Megan. I am the president of TaiCon. I went to USC for business administration, and also both of my parents were both from Tsinghua for their bachelor's and master's in environmental engineering, so very big Tsinghua family.
My name is Raymond Yao. I'm currently a second year at UCI studying electrical engineering, and my dad did his bachelor's and master's in power systems at Tsinghua.
We have Maggie, who is the director of outreach. You saw her earlier today. She is going to UChicago for her master in finance. We also have Christina, who in the audience today, a volunteer and at Northeastern University for computer science and business.
And another volunteer we have today is Jeffrey Lee. He's currently a senior in high school and will be going to MIT this fall. And finally, we have Anthony Jin. Unfortunately, he left early today, but he's our Bay Area regional lead. So anytime TaiCon has any sort of regional events in the Bay Area, he'll be your point of contact.
Yeah, and on top of this excellent team that we have here today, we have 15 more directors and regional leads really helping build this dream out. So super grateful to everyone for that. And yeah, just want to dive a little bit deeper into the mission that we're working to build. We are guided by the spirit of from us and for us. Our mission is to unite the children of Tsinghua University alumni to build a vibrant community that fosters meaningful connections, cultivates leadership, and innovation and celebrates shared heritage, strengthening the bridge between first-generation alumni and their children, enabling the second generation to excel and contribute to a better society in North America. We are only a year in, but we have expanded to 350 youth, and we are still growing.
So I'm in charge of the regional programming, so I organize most of the events that are happening in the 12 regions that Taiwan has grown throughout the past year and a half. So we currently have, in these 12 regions, we have around 250 active Gen 2 members. And from 2026 onwards, we're aiming to grow our regional programs to more large-scale anti-production programming. Okay. So these are some highlights from the past year and a half. Some notable meetups we've had is the New York City networking mixer that happened in the Empire State Building. A gentleman was kind enough to donate their office space for a few hours. We also recently, 3 weeks ago, we also had the Los Angeles alumni reunion, which is similar to the one we have today at Caltech. We also had the Chinese New Year DMV dinner, and then we had the Atlanta 115th anniversary meetup in Georgia. We also do have 2 regions in Canada that are in Vancouver and Toronto. We're also active, and finally we had the Houston barbecue mixture between Tsinghua and Beidou.
And all of these regional events really help to foster organic relationship growth throughout our community, and this is where you discover and find the leadership growth, the innovation, and all of these things. And it's only able to be cultivated naturally through these physical person-to-person events. So yeah, that's why we continue to fund and have invested in those.
So I'm also on the webinar team where we aim to host monthly webinars that showcase very talented individuals in our Gen 2 community. Recently we had 3 webinars, one in January, February, and March. For January we had one about Chinese etiquette, where Chinese mannerisms are a little bit different from the West. And then for February we focused on Oliver Ma, who is a Gen 2 running for Lieutenant Governor of California this election cycle. And then finally we had Susan and Richie, who are both McKinsey consultants, and they shared their story about how they were able to help each other land their roles at McKinsey.
This is meant to be a platform for open dialogue about career growth, Chinese culture and traditions, and overall just the evolving identity of Tsinghua youth within the context of North America. So we have other webinars planned, like a resume workshop, interview prep, as well as other cultural things, maybe like Chinese calligraphy or proverbs, just helping the next generation understand and learn these cultural things to bring it forward into the future. If you're interested, you can find our YouTube channel at Tsinghua Youth Connect. We also are working on 3 pilot programs for the rest of this year. The TaiCon X TSVC pitch competition, which I'm sure you've all heard a lot about today. A mentorship program, and Thai consulting, which will dive a little bit deeper into each of them. So with the pitch competition, this is essentially our founder development pipeline within Tsinghua's community. So within this application, the top 10 finalists gain access to an intensive summer boot camp this July to September, led by members of TSVC and Summit Capital. On the screen you can see here Iris Duan, she's our Director of Partnerships. So she'll be leading this rigorous refinement of financial models, investor positioning, and go-to-market strategy before the final pitch event. And of course, you know, the winning prize is that the team gets to have a guaranteed follow-up partner meeting with TSVC, and this Tsinghua pipeline is what allows for transformational conversations and mentorships and strategic relationships to be built to really grow the overall Tsinghua community and build up the future leaders. Next up is the mentorship program. This is an exclusive mentorship program through contribution, which is reserved for our members who actively volunteer their time to help build Tsinghua Youth Connect. This includes one-on-one mentorship. You can see our current mentors on the side. I'm sure you recognize many of our very prestigious and elite mentors that we have. And our leadership members are paired with these alumni for personalized and professional career guidance. The intent behind this mentorship is designed to support hands-on leadership development, so while they're actively applying and learning how to lead in a real-world context, and just general long-term personal growth and career growth. This also provides a direct platform for everyone as Gen 1 alumni to mentor, support, and invest in the next generation of leaders. For me personally, I have a little bit unique of a career pathway. I'm very interested in the discipline of creativity and how that applies to different contexts. And actually, Gavin, our board member, was able to find me a mentor in the Tsinghua community as well, who has exhibited art exhibitions across major American cities. And he's not only been able to provide me guidance on logistics of how to host galleries and curate those experiences, but also given me the historical context of a lot of Chinese cultural things, like how to accurately practice calligraphy or the history behind some of the important Chinese proverbs. So I found that very impactful, and for any of you with next generation Tsinghua students, you'll also be able to find a mentor of any type personalized for you. And if you're interested in being a mentor in the future, please come talk to me afterwards and we can have a chat. Lastly, Thai consulting. As referenced in the previous presentation, we know how important education is to this entire community. So we are creating a program for accessible peer-to-peer college advising. As you know, we have a lot of amazing Gen 2 in very prestigious colleges and universities, and this is an opportunity to gain authentic perspectives with practical insight shaped by first-hand experience navigating today's admissions landscape and similar cultural upbringing. On the other side, outside of the prospective college students, current university students are able to gain paid leadership experience from the community through direct client management, communication, and service responsibility. So you can see how this really cultivates the leadership skills as well. And overall, this program also just reflects our broader mission of creating a self-sustaining community where knowledge, mentorship, and opportunity are continuously passed forward between the generations. So overall, we're really working to cultivate a community of future leaders, and we're working for Tsinghua Youth Connect to be the platform for Tsinghua's Gen 2 community in North America to build these meaningful relationships, develop leadership, and support one another's personal and professional growth. Broader context, as technology and global culture continue to evolve, TaiCon helps the next generation navigate identity and success and foster these discussions in an increasingly interconnected and ambiguous world. Again, our main themes are career and industry access, resource navigation, identity and intellectual community, and leadership through action. So, yeah, we would love to open up the floor to any questions that you might have, any needs that you might be looking for from this organization, and we're happy to, talk through it and provide anything that's you have interest in. Yes.
Great, thank you. Is there an age limit for joining the group? No. How young can join?
Yeah, all ages. If you have a child that's 5 years old, totally open. We're definitely working on expanding our range of accessible programming. What would most be relevant to someone of a younger age would be regional programs.
Okay, I can take over here. So usually, when we organize the events, we understand sort of the age group of that specific region, right? For example, Bay Area seems to be mainly kids, right? From young age to mainly almost like high school students and also college students. So right now, our target for regional events is mainly high school students to post-grad. So if you do have a younger kid who's around in elementary school, it might not be as appropriate for now because they're trying to target a more older sort of generation and age group. But in the future, we do hope that they're able to enter our community.
And to clarify, what helps out with our programming is if you have other parents or Tsinghua alumni friends who have children of similar ages, if you're able to bring them together more frequently, then we can curate programming for this age range. There's also no cap for the age range of Gen 2. We are also open to Tsinghua youth, so Gen 1s who are younger because they might be looking for a community in North America as well. That age is capped at around 35, and then hopefully they'll have Gen 2 to enter the community as well. So that's kind of the.
How to join the group?
We have a QR code, so actually this is our last slide that we'll get to in a second, but we'll take some more questions before closing it out.
Any more questions?
Okay, well, if no more questions, in general, we're just very appreciative of this community taking care of us and investing in us. There's a lot that we want to offer back to the community and are super excited to do so. Again, the first QR code is for the TSVC TICON pitch competition. Application deadline is the end of May, so coming up very soon. If you know anyone in your community who might be doing a startup, feel free to bring them over here. This middle QR code is the most important one for our full organization. It's our website. You can find on it every single one of the programs that we have, any information and any action links over there. We have a Join Now page, which leads you to our registration for our database. So you can input your child's information there as well as your own information as a parent. And then you'll receive things like our newsletter and those that all keep you up to date. And the last one is sponsorship opportunities. We're actually working on exclusive sponsorship benefits moving forward, so there's more to come there. But yeah, we are always just very appreciative of any of your investments of time, resources, and everything. And yeah, looking forward to growing more into the future.
我能讲一句话吗？
Right.
对，我的 parents here，因为我也是父母啊，我刚才是那个 TICON 的那个chairperson， 我就说呢，我2个女儿可能在这里可能有父母，孩子可能不听你的，就我实际上跟他们讲嘛，怎么做呢？让你的孩子就跟让我的女儿联系他们能走到一起，为什么呢？我们父母，当我们在那时候可能跟父母有 generation gap，they have the same thing here。所以，因为这个 community 来讲，我们希望刚才他讲了很多啊，希望我们从华人2代开始，能在美国跟加拿大做得更好，因为我们是认为啊，咱们的华人2代能进入到各个行业的中层跟高层是不成比例的，跟犹太裔相差太大了。我们希望在这方面能从那些各方面呢能做的，能得到我们应该得到的东西，好吧？我就加这一句，谢谢啊。
好，谢谢大家。
谢谢大家。